power. Houston ought to be fun. That's a fast place for Pro Stock, whether they're two-wheel or four-wheel, and we're going to be headed down there next week. It's also going to be my birthday next weekend. So, if you're looking for something to get me, cash is usually a good thing, and in cash, I'm an extra large. Just trying to be helpful. Richie Stevens in lane number 1, John Gadosh in lane number 2, and these are the two cars that are not qualified. The Vitus C-Shot machine, driven by Richie Stevens. They used to call him a kid. He ain't no kid anymore. But he can certainly drive a Pro Stock car, and John Gadosh for MB Auto. And Gadosh Performance. Been a rough weekend for Richie. He has made 2 attempts. One of them he got nothing, and one of them he got, just a little bit more than nothing, but not much. Now, John Gadosh's best run is a 695, but the speed on that was 195. And that is usually an indicator of being a little bit down on horsepower or having something mechanical going wrong with the car at the top end. In Pro Stock, more than any other category, top speed is an indication of horsepower. Now, the conditions have deteriorated a smidge. And when I say a smidge, I mean just a little bit. The Pro Stock cars that operate on the standard correction factor, and what we're looking at out there right now, 79 degrees, a little bit warmer. Correction factor is 1.042, which means everybody's got about 1% less horsepower. Water grains are 3516. Track temperature checking in at 116 degrees. What all that means is that I think Greg Anderson probably safe in the number 1 spot. But I think we're going to see some good runs out there. And for Richie Stevens and or John Gadosh, if they want to race tomorrow, they have to run better than the number on the board. That's 6669. Going to be the best run Richie has made all weekend by a considerable amount, but not going to be enough. 686, 202 miles an hour for Gadosh. They finally got that thing a little bit happier at the finish line. Richie still had his shutoff earlier as it toggles back and forth, only 153 miles an hour and 7.32 seconds. So disappointment for Gadosh and the MB Auto team. Disappointment for Richie Stevens and the Vitus C-Shot team. And elation for the Quadra family, because all 3 of them are going to race tomorrow. This would be a nice family photo op if Aaron Strong wasn't in the middle of it. I mean, no offense to Aaron, but he's just not a member of the Quadra family. All 3 Mustangs out here in this quadrant. Get it? Quadrant? Quadrant? Oh, come on. Fernando Jr. in lane number 1, the blue car. Christian Quadra in lane number 2. That is the orange car. Aaron Strong driving that elite fielded machine. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the same car that went to the final round a couple weeks ago with Vincent Nobile in the cockpit. Vincent, who won the previous race at Atlanta, wanted to come back as a defending champion and try to win the last one. He made it all the way to the final round before he got gregged. And over there in lane number 4 is Fernando. That is Dad, and the proud pop will race tomorrow. He's just trying to move right now up from the number 15 spot. So an elite fielded Chevrolet in lane number 3, and 3, count them, 3 Iaconio powered Fords. The Quadras like their Mustangs. I wonder when David moves to Pro Stock, what color his car will be. They got a blue, they got a green, they got an orange. I guess red, huh? Do a deep forest green like a bullet Mustang. Christian goes red. Looks like the punches back in for Aaron as well. 6,600 for Fernando Jr. 6,622, 209 for Dad. Aaron Strong goes 8 flat. And 17 seconds for Christian Quadra. But Fernando Jr., 6.600, 209.88. And Fernando Sr., 662.5, 209.69. Not enough to make an improvement or shuffle the ladder around, but at least for Fernando, I think he's got to be feeling okay after having to shut the car off on the first qualifying session yesterday. They've got it down the racetrack twice today, and I'm sure that as everybody else with the Pro Stock car would have, well, we wanted a little more, but they got 2 clean runs as they get set to go into Elimination Sunday. Now it's Chris McGahey, lane number 1. The silver bullet for Harlow Salmons of Odessa and Southwest Performance. It's Kenny Delco in lane number 2. Arzenkoff and KD Racing. It's Val Smeland in lane number 3. Driving the other one of those KD Racing Artisan machines, and over there in lane number 4, the yellow and black for jegs.com. The McGahey team do all their stuff in-house. Either engine development at Southwest Performance. Harlow Salmon is a big machine shop serving the oil field industry down in that part of the world. And Chris McGahey grew up watching his dad race and then followed in his footsteps, and now his son is doing exactly the same thing. For Kenny Delco, he and Val have been on tour now for a couple of years. He used to be a regular, took some time off, had some business interests, some other things to tend to, and decided, yep, time to dive back into racing. And good fixture on the tour. Definitely have got some extra performance here this weekend. Val Smeland, former top 10 finisher in the countdown to the championship, and TJ Troy Jr., who's raced everything up to and including Top Fuel. Been a couple of years in the A Fuel car. Then decided to take over his uncle's seat in that elite Chevrolet. Nice. 6.554, 210 miles an hour for TJ. 6.541, 210 for Chris McGahey. Kenny Delco goes 6.577, 211. And Val Smeland goes 6.595 at 210 miles an hour. So McGahey steps up with that 654. Best run he's made this weekend will slide him up into the number 5 spot. Troy Coughlin right now sits in the number 9 spot. Kenny Delco's 11. Val Smeland 12. Greg Anderson still number 1, but a good-looking run out there for Team McGahey, at least the silver half of the team, at 6.540. And the 4 more already fired up and pulling into the water box. Kyle Koretsky, Mason McGahey, Matt Hartford, and Dallas Glenn. Kid Chaos, the Lucas Oil Nitro Fish car, currently qualified in the number 4 spot. Mason McGahey, Harlow Salmons of Odessa, the Blue Crew. Southwest Performance, currently qualified in the number 6 spot. Matt Hartford, it's at number 8 right now. For Total Seal Piston Ring, CIP1. Want to send our best to Matt's wife, Amber. She flew out here for the weekend and then had a family emergency come up. Had to go back home, so we just want to let you know that we miss you. Hope everything is under control. And Dallas Glenn over in lane number 4. I reached out to the team in between rounds, if you recall, that Rad Torque Systems Silver State plumbing car in the last round came up, did the burnout, and shut off. And Costello talked to Dallas, and he said something just didn't seem right. And so he clicked it. I reached out to the team in between rounds and said, "What you find?" They said, "The car seems like it's fine." But he's the one that's in it. If he thinks something ain't right, that's fine. Dallas trying to move up to the number 10 spot. 654-4 Matt, 655-6 Kyle, 656-1 Mason, 657-1 Dallas. So 64, 65, 66, 67. I mean, I'm telling you. Kyle Koretsky, number 4. Mason McGahey, number 6. Matt Hartford, number 7. Dallas Glenn, number 10. Well, Matt Hartford, Dallas Glenn are going to be part of a quad tomorrow. Still working out these 4-wide quads in my head. That's our final Pro Stock quad. Pulls around the corner, and it's going to feature Erica and Greg and Aaron and Derek. Eric Enders, the reigning Pro Stock champion. Out of Elite, Melling, Gallagher Insurance, Greg Anderson, HendrickCars.com. Tribute to Ricky Hendrick paint scheme, and of course Hendrick. If you're looking to buy a car and you're here, you can get just about any brand, any make, any model, any color, just about anything, like within a half a mile, maybe a mile. They have put together a deal that Greg announced yesterday for the rest of the season. Rick Hendrick, who has had an interest and involvement in Pro Stock way, way back. I know a lot of NASCAR fans here. You guys all know Rick Hendrick. Did you know when he started racing in NASCAR as a team owner, his engines were built by Rare Morrison, the Pro Stock champions? Really? Aaron Stanfield, the Janik Brothers, JC3 Energy. In lane number 3, that's an Elite powered car. And Derek Kramer, Get Biofuel. Derek had a problem on the starting line last time, but he currently sits number 8. Greg's number 1, Aaron's number 2, as we come in here right now. .535 Greg Anderson, low of the round. 6.550 Derek. 6.555 Aaron. And Erica goes 6.558. Greg Anderson adds another couple of points to his bank account for being low of the round in the NHRA in every qualifying round. Whoever is the quickest of the round, whether you improve, whether you don't improve, whether just quickest of that round, gets 3 points. Second quickest, 2 points. Third quickest, 1 point. Everybody else gets a little pat on the head. But Greg still looking like he's got the car to beat. Got to tell you, Aaron Stanfield's car is not looking too shabby out there either.